Pero ¿por qué?
El actor no, el médico, no le llegó ni
The guy playing Freddy right now doesn't compare to Robert Englund. Which you could go. He's too short, man. Now, we're suckers, man. We watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Even though Elm Street sucks, we're gonna watch it. What do you think?
I can't wait to see the movie, and hopefully it's worth the money we're gonna spend today at the movie.
Hi guys, this is Mark and Johnny at the movies. We just came back from the 2010 version of Nightmare on Elm Street, and well, we saw Gordo over there, but he already saw the movie, didn't want to see it again. But you see this other movie called Redwater. I guess Redwater is agua sangrientas, which is what he said, right? So, well, what can we say about the movie? I mean, you know the story by now, right? It's a movie about this crazy child murderer called Freddy Krueger, or Fred Krueger, that got burned alive by the parents of the kids, and he somehow comes back as this weird ghost or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be that kills you in your dreams. So basically, if you die in your dreams, you don't wake up in real life. And well, this is a classic movie, lots of movies and stuff, and this is like the remake of it with all new actors and everything like more modern, right?
And of course, for those of you that thought that the movie was kind of cheesy in the old days, so now thanks to this new edition, I think it brings that terror genre back into business. I mean, now people are gonna watch this movie, and there's a lot to talk about. The acting's pretty phenomenal. Everybody acted pretty realistic. Everything seemed to look a lot more real. There's not much of that fake blood.
Yeah, the old movies had that thing that when people's arms or fingers or whatever's cut off, you see these little fake blood spraying thing. I mean, it was almost comical, right? But not anymore, you know.
And of course, since this is a 2010 edition, then of course people now have cell phones. They're using the internet. They're checking out webcams.
And all that. Yeah.
All that modern stuff that it had in the 80s. And the movie's pretty good, but I think they got a little carried away with the scare scenes. Every time when the people are...
Yeah, I think they're called jump scares.
The jump scares, yeah. It's like everything...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, okay, the first time it got me, I was not ready. The guy was walking in a diner, and all of a sudden, Freddy's glove just pops on the screen, and just boom, and everybody was at the same time.
Yeah,
and that got me. But after a while, I mean, yeah, every 10 minutes, and then again, and then it's like I'm saying, Johnny, get ready to jump, hold on, get ready for another, because it was starting to set up for another one. They were doing a little too much. Now, one thing people complain a bit is that, remember in the other movies, Freddy was killing people with comic books or turning people into roaches and other stuff like that. And this movie was basically like hacking and slashing. But guys, remember, this was still based on the first movie, and the first movie was still pretty serious. It was still stabbing and stuff. It wasn't as cartoony, because Freddy became basically a fucking cartoon character in the sequels. And this one just went back to basics. I mean, the opening scene was pretty like, with the guy, like, well, you know, Freddy's influence, basically grabbing a knife and jabbing in his neck, and I mean, that was like, damn, right?
Yeah. Well, the other complaint people might have said the actor obviously is not the same Robert Englund, yeah. So obviously Freddy's not going to look the same. Although, even though this version doesn't look quite the same, he has a very psychopath type personality. He looks very dangerous. He has a creepy voice, and he just
very creepy voice. Just compare the newer, more kind of voice to the almost cartoonish thing. It's not the same.
And of course, the movie looks a lot better, so the impact looks a lot more gruesome and realistic.
With Robert Englund, though, he had kind of a familiar kind of almost charismatic face for someone that's burned up, right? The big nose and all that kind of. This guy, he just looks like a weird burned up thing. He doesn't, I mean, he already has much of a face left, and he just looks very weird. He doesn't look, I don't know, but I guess he's not supposed to be charismatic or whatever. He's supposed to be fucking scary and creepy, and he is fucking scary and creepy.
And like the Gordo said, the guy does look a bit on the shorty side. So, and then it's pretty obvious that in some scenes of the movie he looks quite short, and then other parts of the movie they kind of set the camera in a certain position to make him look somewhat taller. So
he's pretty fucking strong too. He's throwing the kids around a lot of the movie and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he looks. It's like for example in the flashback scene when you see the normal Freddy, it just looks so weird. That's like this other guy. I think his name is James something, and it's not Robert Englund. You know, it just looks weird. You know, I wish that. Well, I don't know. Well, okay, before I saw the movie, I kind of wish that they would at least get Robert Englund to dub the voice over for a classic voice, but I don't know. This creepier, you know, like, why'd you scream? I didn't even cut you yet. Like, I guess it kind of works. It is creepy. It is creepy. And it got bloodier, too, this time. You know, like in the old movie, the Johnny Depp character that was in jail, it looked like he hanged himself with the rope dragging around his neck. No, here, he just got fucking ran through and shit. I mean, that was... Dang, you know. Well, the thing is, this is a remake, and basically, it's we don't want to spoil the differences or whatever. But come on, it's almost like the first movie. That's what some people complain to. Then the first movie, this one, lots of the scenes are almost the same, and it's like, well, you know. But yeah,
hopefully in the next sequel they will continue this storyline format. You know, that's so serious, so believable and all that stuff.
Yeah, let's not get him too cartoony. That's not, I mean, okay, he did make some little jokes here, but it was very creepy and disturbing. Okay, it wasn't like Freddy's playing video games saying great graphics. No, none of that. It was creepy. It was sick. Hopefully, it's disturbing.
Hopefully, they won't kill the franchise like how what happened in the oldies. And I think they overdid it after a while.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing missing was Freddy with a top hat dancing or something in those older movies.
Yeah.
Especially those last ones.
Well, the TV series version of the Freddy Krueger, I don't know what's the exact name.
I think it was called Freddy's Nightmares.
That was kind of comedic in a way. So
yeah, I know.
Hopefully, the new versions of the possibly next following.
Yeah. The thing is that the movie ended that way because that's how the original kind of ended. It's not guaranteed it's a sequel. It's just because that's how that's how the movie ended in the first.
Yeah, because of course
let's hope that they really do make a sequel. Let's see what happens.
It has to do with ratings and everything. You know, it really depends how well this movie.
Yeah, because we grew up on the old Freddy. And now there's just a new generation, and you know, kids might want to. The newer people growing up, they might like this version better. They might think the old one is 80s cheese and stuff. It's like, for example, the main heroine character Nancy had the big fluffy, you know, 80s hairstyle back in the day. When I first saw who was gonna be Nancy now, saying, "Oh my God, that's Nancy." She looks so fucking plain with the hair just down like that. But then I remember that, well,
we're in 2010.
Yeah, and the big fluffy, almost April O'Neil hair, that's not gonna work now. It's gonna be ridiculous. Yeah. Another thing about the movie, we didn't have to do anything with the movie. It's like the trailers before the movie started. I mean, oh God, there wasn't even a trailer for Twilight. It's like a advertisement for the movie theater itself. It's gonna show off all the badass movies for the summer, like the Karate Kid, the new Shrek movie, and the new Tom Cruise spy movie, whatever. And the Twilight guys, that Edward guy, appeared on screen for like half a second, man. And all the girls in the theater, all of them did that whole dreamy guy, girly side. Like the whole theater, everyone was like, because the guy appeared. I'm like, come on, girls. I mean, what the hell? I mean, I bet you even back then with all the, whatever the hell was big, like all the heartthrobs of back then, the 80s, 90s, they weren't that carried away. I mean, oh jeez. The guy himself doesn't even like playing Edward. Anyways, well,
basically it's a good movie, and well, I personally like the movie because I was pretty young at the time they had that movie in the old days, so it's pretty hard to remember certain scenes and whatnot. So for newcomers that have never really watched the original Freddy Krueger movie, this is pretty much a good movie. It explains the storyline, and hopefully this will be a movie that will continue on with more sequels and stuff. Okay. So it's a good movie, and of course if you can't make it in the theaters, rent it and own it on your DVD.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, that's Mark K in the movies with special guest star Gordo. And I'm Mark Rodriguez.
Johnny Rodriguez.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.